Hello and welcome. Yes, it's switched off. we are now on hard economy. I thought I'd make this change, and I am considering doing that again in the future because if there is a time for a farm to have a little bit of help, I think it really is at the very beginning when it's at its toughest, especially on a start from scratch. But it was fairly obvious from what we were looking at last session that the prices are going to make us very, very rich. And although that is good in a way, and it is obviously, yeah, I mean, it didn't seem to me to be equal to the effort I'd put in. Yeah, I sort of did come across the iron quite. I should now be at a completely different stage of juncture of the thing. Let's have a look. How much are we? Yeah, it's half, isn't it? We all know that it is twice as hard on hard economy as it is on thing. Nevertheless, that is the task we have got to do. So, yeah, I am going to grab the lorry back. Do we treat ourselves to a lorry now? I think so. I'm tempted to go for the next lorry. I love that lorry. It's amazing. It really is. Let's go. Yeah, let's go and treat ourselves. We know we're going to earn that money. That is the bottom line. And I do think I am right. I am waiting on comments about whether or not I give myself the money back for just buying this. Yeah, that 500,000. I wouldn't be giving myself the full 500,000. I would give myself exactly what we have. What we need to buy this particular patch of land, so therefore it's not too. But yeah, I was a little hasty. I did think afterwards, oh, you could have actually done yourself quite a good benefit with that without it having a massive impact. I just don't like the idea of the impact. It completely impacts us so that it takes away. Yeah, the challenge, because it is a challenge, but that's part of the fun. Oh, I like that. I like the steps that come down. Ooh, read it and weep. Right, okay, so then, you are now in business and we shall take you away. We do need to get those shifted as well, because we've nearly got the forecourt shifted now, haven't we? Now let's struggle through this door. Oh, that was much better. Right, so we want, yeah, I think we're going to go for, I'm not going to go for my favourites, yeah, because that would be unfair to go for that all the time. But money is, yeah, I can't afford one of the 130 or one of those really, really expensive ones. But then I do love the, yeah, I do like the Fiats, but they're not powerful enough. Not the little ones like that anyway. Yeah, although that does actually come in different iterations, doesn't it? Now there is one of these that you can have a back for. Is that one? I don't get how it would have the backs on it. There's no. Yeah, I was literally. Pepe released some things yesterday because this is a Pepe mod, and you're supposed to be able to put the backs on this, but I can't see that that's a. Yeah. No, that's not doing that. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's just literally a body. Yeah, we can do that, or that. So I don't know whether there's going to be there is an update or what. It was the 194.848, but I'm thinking. I think it is. Yeah, that's the original one that I had on Greenlands. This is the. I don't know what the difference is. It's just the same, but it's cheaper. I don't get it. And I'm going to stick at the 300 horsepower. I do love the wheels as they are. And I'm happy with Type 1. Colours, we are going to do the customizer thing because I think this would suit a lovely red. No, not going pink, even though I've already got enough pink on this Let's Play. Oh, it's a very vivid red. Let's go for a chromy red. It tames it down a little. Oh, that is beautiful. It is. And that is what we're going to buy. Again, I've only not got the back on that for the fact it says cheaty, whereas I think the ability to have an outside engine on isn't really cheaty, truthfully, but hey ho, it's one of those things, isn't it now then? And this is also, I love the fact this has got a trailer hitch at the back. It really for such a reasonable price. It is quite a powerful beast as well. There's 300, so it's, yeah, not... Now then, we should be able to take this off ourselves and grab this and... no, it's not that we want, is it? We actually want the one round the corner, which is actually spot on ready for us. Yeah. Right, so we want to be grabbing this, and we want to be grabbing our iron. This is going to take some time, so I'm definitely time-lapsing that. I tell you what, I'm going to pan back in a few minutes when I've got everybody ready. Oh, okay. I thought I'd actually got that right, but yeah, I've got my angles wrong. Right, smashing. Yeah, so I shall pan back in a few minutes. See you shortly. Right, there we go, we're there. Yeah, I do like the trailer, the fact that you can just unfold it with like the A button. A ramp, a little bit severe. Yeah, absolutely. It's could do with a little being a bit longer. Obviously, yeah, I'm not trying to be critical, but it is what it is. I've always said that there's been quite a few trailers in the past that just didn't quite have it right, and I think I'm a little bit too close to that. We need to be definitely giving myself a little bit more room. It's gonna, yeah, I'm gonna need this to be at its best. Yeah, it is a lovely trailer though, but I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's, yeah, every trailer's got its good and bad points. Yeah, it's very difficult to get a trailer design perfect, but I say it how I see it. Well, it is what it is. You just, yeah, I'm trying to be fair. I never really like to be nasty or negative, but negative and, yeah, and just saying things, right, now we can, if we do this like that, can we get underneath? That is the whole reason I bought this, so that you could actually get two at once. The only trouble is, yeah, it is true. Can we push them to 4 in one? Because, yeah, then you could get. I'm thinking of space on the trailer. It's going to run out of space quick if I do it like that. Ooh, and it's also, yeah, not going to be very good if I do things like that. You know, but hey ho. Right, okay, we can nudge that back a little and we'll probably get another couple pop. Or maybe it's sort of in the space, which then means we've got to get this, if we get this right, if we grab that one now, oh, they have finally popped, because there are definitely plenty in there. Yeah, let's stick that out of the way, being as we've gone and sort of stuffed it up, and we'll put that one on later. Yeah, that's a mistake. Anyway, yeah, this is definitely time-lapse time, because this is going to be a bit of a beast of a job. It really is. So I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. I think I'm going to break this up a little. I don't think I'm going to crack on with this, if I'm honest. I think I'm going to do another bit of this tomorrow, otherwise it's going to get... Although, I don't think there can be much left. So, do you know something? Let's just persevere for a little bit more. Oh, forgot to indicate. My bad. Yeah, this is... I've got to be honest. I found this particular bale... No, bale is not the right word. Palette fork is absolutely amazing. It really is. It's rare because, to be honest, it's got to have the ability to let go as well as... And this has got that. It's a bit like those... is it ethereal bales, as they call them, when the bales sort of half disappear. The game mechanics handles things in a strange way because it has to, and there you can have a... Let me just unravel that. Yeah, it has to sort of... the one from the CSZ pack, and I don't not blaming the CSZ pack, it probably was me, although this one is super duper. It is amazing. Obviously, sometimes they slip back behind it. Yeah, that's the one thing I am going to say. But that, you can't have it always. The mechanics have got to... Yeah, there's got to be like that happy... I think, as well, we'll not put any on that top thing. That way I don't need to take the telehandler. And yes, I do apologise in a way, but I thought I am not unloading these twice per one. I thought there's got to be a compromise. I'll be realistic, but only to a degree, because it would just be too much. It really is... I mean, I suppose it's plenty of practice, but at the other end, it's a lot more difficult because of... well, no, it isn't actually, because I'd been doing it on the train. That is true, but yeah. I thought there'd got to be a bit of a compromise, and that was what I was willing to do, to continue to load manually rather than... I mean, let's face it, I could get an automatic loader. But where... I mean, I'm not going to learn anything if I do that all the time. It's... Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be hilarious hoots because it's not... yeah, not done right and stuff like that. But that's how you learn, isn't it? And also there's the mechanics side of this, which is something I always said, if I'd have realised how good these were before, I would have had these a long time ago. They are absolutely amazing. Yeah, I mean, I've used the Giants ones, and likewise, yeah, the Magsy ones. Again, they do weird things as well. I think it was the Magsy pack that shot them off on... oh, that is another thing. Ultra Realism. Yeah, the manual attach by Wopster has had an update. So, lots of bug fixes. So I'm going to have another go, and we may have another go at... I have actually still got Thornton. I haven't... yeah, I've never deleted it, because I always hoped there might be a time when the manual attach would be fixed and we could have a go. But... yeah, oh, be careful, you're losing them. Yeah, I'm not sure whether to do it as my next English map. I would be guided by yourselves, to be honest, whether we do an ultra realistic series on my next English map, or whether we just do an ultra realistic. It's just it's not that it's hard to put into words with the Thornton one, and it's not that I don't like the map either. I really do love that map. I did oh no, that's a bit higher. Let's push that backwards. Yeah, I really do like that map a lot, but it's just, I don't know whether we just do another map, or is that, I don't really know. I don't know whether that's like giving it up. Yeah, I'm pushing them forwards because obviously you can pick up the 3 instead of the 2 quite nicely. Whether it's yeah, because it separates them if you do it the other way, which is alright normally, but not when you're trying to do what we're trying to do. We want them pushed together, so that means that this double can actually cope with 3, which I learned obviously by mistake whilst doing this. Yeah, but you've got yeah, I was trying lots of different things during that to see whether you're better to do one or whether you're better to use the forks as they are, and the more faffing around that you do, the longer it takes. So the bottom line is, it's better to get them all, yeah, to get everything right first and be gentle and sort of do this and do whether you want 3, 2 or whatever, than it is to like bullet a gate or lift one at a time, or it's just... Oh, it's going to go back through the... Yeah, that's the only thing, because this is partially not really there. Some of them will fall backwards. Yeah, the one on the right hand side's trying to do it now, but that's what I say, you can't have it always. You can't have your cake and eat it. It's got to be partially there and partially not, or it's not going to work with mechanics being what they are at present, which is why I usually go big bag handler, because of, I mean, obviously the other thing is the weirdness element, because obviously at times this looks funny, because obviously you can see that that one on the right is sort of coming through the back of the thing. There's a bit of bleed. There is, but it's better that than I can't let go. I couldn't let go with the CSZ, and I mean I've played enough with bale forks and pallet forks that I know there's the different angles to let go, and I was doing that and it wasn't letting go, and then I was getting stressed and I was thinking it's not worth it, just try another one. So that's why I sort of sold it as quickly as I did in the way that I did. I am planning, when we do finally run out of them, to get those two together. That's why I've left them in that sort of like configuration, those two that are on the opposite way to this. I thought that's not a bad way to actually deal with those. Yeah, so if we just keep pushing these 3 into 3 and try our best to keep it steady, then that should go on there quite nicely. Yeah, it's like anything, isn't it? Practice makes perfect. You don't expect to be fantastic in one sort of hour, but if you do this type of thing a few times, you soon become proficient at it. Not sure if that's... Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like that. To get it perfect, you are actually going through the blocks. Being a pallet fixer, I only too well know the configuration of pallets. Yeah, it's true that it would say, oh, and that's what we don't want to be doing. Gently does it. Yeah, I didn't want to be double stacking and stuff like that either. I thought, to be honest, realism wise, how much could the lorry cope with of this type of steel? Really, it's very dense stuff. So I thought, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's worth overstacking. That one's losing that one on the left. Yeah, no, or the other thing is, this is good for when you do that trick of, no, then I don't think I'm quite right, of like releasing the, like you could with bales, when you do that, when you lean them down and they go forwards. This is brilliant at that. Yeah, I knew I was going to do that, but it was worth it to show you what I meant. Yeah, the best I've ever seen or felt for doing that type of thing, which is fantastic. It really is. You need that skill. The amount of times I've used a bale spike and it refuses to drop off. Refuses point blank that it's not going to drop off. You need it to. If you do that, lean them down, it should drop. The law of physics should say that, but some of them are better than others at that particular thing, and you need that skill. There's a few things you need to combat the physics of the game that aren't quite there yet to make it right. Can we turn that, spin it around a little and make it square? That's not bad. I can live with that. Yeah, it is true. I wanted to chat because, to be honest, obviously there's a massive time lapse on this. This is actually the third. In fact, it probably will go to a fourth because I'm going to work in a few minutes. I thought I'd grab a few minutes and split it into little segments rather than try and do it all at once, because it is a bit stressful, especially at the beginning. The first session was the worst. As you sort of get into a bit more of a, you know the tool a little bit better, and you know what you can and can't get away with, all that type of stuff, then yeah. The other thing is, this seems to sometimes miss the pallet and go underneath the actual metal, so the metal one actually does assist you quite a bit, which that is really useful. So of the things that you yeah, I'm gonna have to put that one up, aren't I? Now then, yeah, and that like faffing around to try and push things in and all that type of stuff, that takes you time. Yeah, like to try to knock them to the right and stuff like that. And they don't always go where you want them to go, so it's one of those things that really, yeah, I want to be going straight and up, and then if I do that, should. Yeah, now this is where this really is brilliant. It's sort of like almost ethereal at times, when you withdraw it, it doesn't drag the pallets back unless you've got your angle terrible and it is literally underneath the wood itself, under the lats underneath, or coming up through it, and it would be, even if it's ethereal, it really still has, yeah, it has substance as well. That doesn't make much sense, but yeah, it's sort of, this seems to go from ethereal to physical, and it needs to do that, and it does it very, very well. And it really is the best that I've ever tried. As I say, I really do wish I'd have found this before, even for single bales, because this would be the one that I would, well, probably will. Yeah, I've always said this, and I've heard other content creators, especially mod reviewers, say the same. If you find a particular tool, especially something like this, that is difficult to use normally, or the ones you found so far are, then use it by all means all of the time, because it is, you know, once you do find a tool like this, now that one's gone through that one, yeah, and that's what I was saying, yeah, if you that it sometimes does that, that's the only, and also it will actually come backwards, it'll come past that, as you will have seen in the video earlier, my last one. So yeah, you've got, at that point, got to use the tilting forward bit, so you can drop it off or make it come forwards again. But again, it's knowing your tool. That's exactly what I'm really saying. I'm losing it the other way now, it's going forwards. But yeah, that it really is. You can, let's actually use that to my, yeah, if they drop off, they're not going to go anywhere other than on there, and then we can just push them. Yeah, now these don't like being pushed high. You've got to be quite low to push them. Yeah, which yeah, I suppose, again, physics is not perfect, but it is good. I've got to be honest. This is one thing I have not slated Giants for, the physics, not for an awful long time. FS19 now, as much as in my mind, FS19 is the golden child that was the best. I've got to be honest. I think I have heard all the content creators say this as well. Yeah, you can't forget the bad as well and say, oh yeah, well it was so, no, it wasn't perfect. Woods, bales, oh, it was not perfect, not by any stretch of the imagination. Absolutely not. Is this perfect? No, but it is definitely better. It really is. I've got to give Giants to do. FS22 is definitely better for physics on a lot of things. Yeah, I mean, things like Follow Me, the AI workers, yeah, not so impressed with that, but then they've got a lot of things right. There's been a lot of things in a lot of iterations of FS that have been bad for multiple generations of the game that are now in FS22 actually good. So I'm not going to have a go when Giants have made massive strides on making huge improvements on this game that we most of us love. I'm sure there are some people that don't, but yeah. But then again, if you're into FS, then yeah, you are. It is a cracking game. There are a lot of, I must admit, when I came into it, I didn't think it was going to be for me, but I've always been looking for a game for the last 15 years that was non-violent. Yeah, the world's full of violent, horrible games that are, you know, love to decapitate people, and yeah, I mean, I've had my Quake days when I was a young gamer, and I don't really fancy decapitating anybody else. I'd sooner like do a game that's like this, that is a game that is not hurting anybody or about hurting, because it can't be good for your psyche to be maiming things, even if it isn't real. It is real in a way, in so much as people talk about there not being a link with crimes and violence in games, but if I agree to a degree, if someone's nasty and they, you know, like I'm talking serial killer type qualities now, I'm quite sure most serial killers as children went first of all and perfected their horrific skill sets by killing animals before they moved to humans. Yeah, and I'm sure they get a kick out of the violence and the horror and all the rest of it. That they like the things that most people hate, that most people cringe. They've made that their place to dwell and work. And, you know, it's a horrible sort of thing, but it is true. You know, seeing into the mind of the darkness, basically. And yeah, most humans, we've all seen a little darkness, I think. Right, we need to go at the back. We need to be sticking one single one at the back. Yeah, right. Well, how long have I got before work? I have 7 minutes. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to just do a few more. I reckon another set of 3, and then I'm going to... I shall come back in tonight, hopefully, and we shall get... Hopefully, that's a point. How much more have we got that's actually done? Oh... does that? No, it does. It means iron ore is it's only 3 left. Oh wow! Can we do it then? That's changed my mind. Shall we go for it? We are. If we're that close, that is amazing. Yeah. That my one big task is. I know we really do need a bigger tractor. We do. That is. Well, yeah. No, that one's. Yeah. You can see. Then that's what I mean. That's ethereal, and it's gone through the one at the back. And I think I'm at a weird, horrible angle. I am. Yeah, which is why it's still dragging them. Yeah, it still does all the things that if you was at a bad angle and you'd got the wood, it would pull it. But I couldn't get the CSZ pack to let go even when I was doing it right. So the one that I got with the CSZ pack. Yeah, so with a job like this, you really do need assistance. And I'm not saying the CSZ packs, again, what works for one person doesn't work for another. It's true, one person's favourite is another person's horror story. So yeah, I'm saying this works for me. I like this. It's got a fantastic balance of real and not real. Yeah, where it has to be, where it needs to let go. It lets go well, which sometimes, as I say, you can see it going through things. So you've got, it's what you can work with. Oh. Okay. Oh, now I was going to say, I thought we'd got 3 tons more. Right, come on, we can do this. If it's right. Oh. Oh. More ace, less speed, as that old saying goes. Well, one of those, either that's wrong, or one of those isn't full. Well, it's nearly a full thing still. Yeah, I thought if I was going to do, you know, like this, there's no way I was going to offload these onto the train as well. And then, you know what I mean? I thought, no. I mean, I know I wouldn't need to offload them a 3rd time because they'd unpack themselves at the train yard. But I thought, no. There's limits to me doing this. Either for my sanity, I'm going to have to do this where I'm only doing it twice, or it's just not. Yeah, I'm not. It's just too much. Right, I think I need to push them a bit lower, or no, that's what I say, they don't like to push even low at that point. Right, now then I think I'm going to need to try and settle that one. Can we do it? 7:44. I have 4 minutes. I need to push that one and straighten up a little, or it's not going to work, and I need to be lower. I can see that. Right, fantastic. Oh, we've got the one on the floor as well. Do you know some rush? I don't think it's going to rush, but let's try and get these 3. Yeah, if we can do that, then I'm going to just start the cameras tonight, and it will mean all day at work. I know that actually I've got just a little tiny nice job to do coming back tonight, which will be a nice place to start. Now then, let's see if we get any more up here. Then the count was wrong, because according to what I saw, those 3 should have been the last 3 that materialised. And one of them's not complete. One of them should be slightly less than a ton. Oh. Right, okay then, so that was totally wrong. And they are they are tons, yeah. Yeah, because the other thing I did think about doing, but I wasn't sure if it was going to muck around with the weight on the forks and the ability of the fork, the fork truck, the telehandler to be able to lift, was to make the 5-ton ones. Yeah, we're losing it now. Right, I'm going to do this tonight. Yeah. No, that won't let you do that. Yes, I shall leave this till tonight. I'm going to not say goodbye because, yeah, I'm going to link it. I'm going to see you shortly.